Hey guys, it's John. I want to share a knife with you I purchased recently, maybe a week and a half ago at the most. Um, Saw the outlines of the line, saw some of the things on the design that are really keen for me. Modified Wharncliffe blade. The clip was real nice. What looked like a nice texture at the time. And within the first 5 minutes of holding this knife, I literally fell in love with this knife. It has become easily my #2 knife of all time. I've had some Mayos, Monroes, Southards. I mean, you go down the list, and those guys make excellent knives. But we all have our sweet spots that just, for us ourselves, makes it an amazing knife. But I wanted to really focus on this knife to give Sacha Thiel some credit. He's a French maker, as is Tashi. Just has an amazing sense of design. The knife is phenomenal. It really couldn't be better. Matter of fact, I loved it so much, literally within 5 minutes, I called Don from USN and thanked him very, very much for letting me, have the honor of getting the knife. 10 minutes later, I actually went and searched every forum I could look for and everything I could find. This was a redesign of this model that he just did in 2013. This has just come out, and was probably able to find one of maybe 4 or 5 that are over here in the States, and found another one. So I actually liked it that much. This one's a little bit different, has the same texturing, does not have the lines on it. This one does not have a pocket clips, I guess it's more of a dress model, but it does have the stonewash blade. So there's different elements of each one that I like a lot. This one has the satin hand finished, also has the pocket clip, and has the clear G10. This one has, of course, the solid tie on the back. Sacha's design is just amazing. The feel of this knife, the balance of it, the weight is just wonderful. The feel is, like I said, it's second to none. I mean, you've got your front finger grip, your 2 fingers have a little room here to slide around and adjust. It's got a drop back to it on your pinky that really just gets it in the meat of your hand. I mean, you can just really get it in the end of your hand, and it's got such a great grip and texture to it. And what's really cool is up here on the jimping, you don't really feel it. If you're just sort of sliding across the knife playing around, you don't feel the jimping at all. No big deal. Nothing happening. But if you go down a 45 angle, if you needed to use that for something and really get the grip, and you put just a little pressure on that thing, bam, there you go. There's some jimping marks. So it's amazing. It's real concealed, real well done. This is probably some of the best jimping I think I've ever seen. It's just amazing. But the blade, like I said, really blew me away, because when you look at it, at certain angles, you miss here that you've sort of got this cutout of this Wharncliffe, this modified Wharncliffe, because, it should be here, but you've got this what I call the bathtub, because it's basically high-sided, and you've got this low, this amazing grind here. But if you turn it at just the right angles, it sort of seems to disappear sometimes. So it looks like a drop point or a spear point blade or whatever that's been modified a little bit. But then when you hit it in the light and stuff, you're sort of like, wow, it's got, a top to it. But anyways, just amazing grinds, amazing work. Everything is rounded on the entire knife. I mean, there's not a sharp edge anywhere. He's rounded the inside of this. The inside of the knife is finished. I mean, everything, his quality of workmanship, it's just amazing. I mean, he is up there, I'm telling you, with the best of makers. The guy does an incredible job of fit and finish. He even counterbores and sinks the screws on the clip. You'll see that right there. There's nothing there to catch. Nothing there. Even this has an amazing feel to it. Couldn't be any better. This is all smoothed, but when he comes around, he does this hand jimping on this G10 even, to give you an idea. He raises it just a little bit to give you a little texture, but not only that, he drops it a few millimeters over the side of the tie. So it actually sticks out and gives you more area to, to grip. So it's just the little things that he does that just sort of blow me away with the quality that he's done on this entire knife. Just an absolutely amazing knife. The feel is incredible. It's a sort of a glass bead blast kind of feel of a Mayo. Sort of that mixed with the orange peel finish. It's a really wonderful texture. And I just, when I first had it, just kept myself just sitting there just stroking the knife going, wow, this is amazing. So, like I said, money-wise, you guys, you can't beat them. I mean, this is a full custom. I don't think he does anything CNC. If he does, it's very limited. He does all the work in-house. He doesn't farm out stuff at all. So I'm saying you're getting a full custom. And what's really cool here is, though the knife doesn't have a choil, man, it's really close to having one. Because when you choke up on this thing, you get your finger up here. a lot of times you have the worries that, like U.S. makers, and I'll show you a knife because I'm going to sort of compare it. This is David Mosier, of course, the Crossfire model, which is absolutely insane and wonderful. But you see on his, when he's got a little bit of room here for a finger, so sort of like a semi-choil, he's got a little bit of area here that you can choke up on it. But the problem is it hangs your finger right here on this very tip of the edge. Because most makers, when they make this, they go from the drop up on the blade, so the blade is getting thinner as it goes up. Then you've always got these top caps where the blade's right there. And Sacha is actually done a really cool thing where he's actually rounded the blade and left it thick, and actually gone a little ways up the blade. The grind even he's grinded it down even past where, this part of the grind is, and it's like about where my fingernail is right there is where the blade actually starts. And it all drops below this wedge. So even though it doesn't have a choil, it in a way it does, because this is so, nice and rounded and smooth. You don't have any problems, moving your finger up a little, moving back, moving in and out. It really gives you some flexibility to it without having all the distance of a full choil. But you can hold that knife, choke up on it. Absolutely amazing feeling knife, and the quality is just absolutely outstanding. His fit and finish is so nice. I'm telling you, it's this knife. He's a David Mosier in France. So when we talk a lot about value for the money, and that's really why I wanted to do this video. Sacha has made an amazing piece. David's piece is amazing. Problem is, harder than anything to come by. And I buy most everything I have in secondary markets. So of course, you take a hit there, and it costs you a bunch, so you have to save up more and all that. These, to give you an idea, secondary market, I paid $1,600, a little maybe over for this one. Had no problem. It's a wonderful knife. Love it. It's probably up there with my Monroe MK1 Shaman as my third favorite knife. This one is easily my second. It's just an amazing piece. So if you want to talk about quality, you basically could buy two of these knives for roughly what it cost you for one of David's. Now, if you have the money, it's up to you, but I'm just saying some people try to find that balance between, mid-techs and full customs and all that. But here's a full custom knife that I'm telling you is as nice as almost anything out there by the maker in the U.S. And this thing will sell from $850 to $800, maybe some up to $900, and that's including getting them over here and all that. If you can even find these here, very hard to find. I'm actually going to be selling these too because I've gotten a hold of Sacha, and I'm going to put in a custom order. It'll be very similar to this one, but I'm going to have a little bit of changes for it. And because I was able to get a hold of him, these two I'm going to let go for now. But like I said, easily my second favorite knife. And if it wasn't for my recent purchase that I got my all-time Grail, then it would easily be my number one. And that's sort of what this purchase was. When it came in, I got this one after, really loved it, but it was like, when you hold them, this one has a ledge for your pinky instead of falling back, but it's got just a little bit more length on it in my palm. See, this one sort of, cuts a little quick. This one goes all the way down, gives me a little extra space. So I'm choking up, it's got a little coming out, and it's not really the length difference. It's more just, the modified angle that he uses on the handle. But like I said, this is easily my third favorite. Shares a spot with my Monroe MK1 that I had to sell due to health stuff a few years back. And I knew I'd never get another one, so I've sort of been on the hunt since being back on the forums after about a year and a half. That's sort of been the thing, is finding an ultimate EDC. This was going to be it. A couple of days ago, the skies parted and the rain stopped, and I was able to pick up my, I guess what would have become one of my Grails. I kept seeing pictures of it. Just the look of it to me looked like a Ferrari. There were just the lines, the curvatures, the styling, everything about it. Got into Mosier stuff, and then once I got that Crossfire, I was absolutely sold on this knife, which is the Mosier and Tachi collaboration knife. It's called the Sleek. Absolutely amazing knife. It will become my number one EDC knife. It'll be in my pocket. I plan on carrying it solo for the next year. I might purchase a couple of other knives, but I'm going to get rid of most of my collection. I'm really going to put this one through the paces and see what I can do over a year of regular everyday EDC carry, see how everything on it holds up. So anyway, but the biggest thing in the video was I want to share these Sacha Thiel knives. You guys really, if you want value for the dollar, I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong with this stuff. And that's one thing I heard about everybody when I tried to research him when this knife was coming in. And thank you, Don and USN again for selling me this knife. But it was just what a perfectionist was, how good the fit and finish was on everything. You know, the lock engages wonderfully. It's easy to undo. If you want to flip them, the flipping action is second to none. It has no washers. I mean, it does have washers. It doesn't have any bearings or anything. It's just an amazing, easy flip. Yes, he is Spyderco licensed. But I'm telling you, just the fit and finish, I have to, you know, toot my horn and just, you know, say, Sacha, wonderful, wonderful knife. Doesn't have a lot of U.S. Videos out there for anyone to pick up ideas about it or feel or anything else. So that's why I really wanted to do the video. So anyway, all great knives, but, you know, Sacha Thiel, excellent work. Workmanship, second to none. Feeling is outrageously comfortable. Build quality, everything is centered, everything is perfect. I mean, just an amazing maker. So if you guys can, look up Sacha Thiel. This is actually the Thiel-Tac model, full custom. Does all the work in-house. You can find his site and read about it. Anyway, wonderful stuff. Just wanted to let you guys know. Thanks.